Alright, welcome back. This is Bhavna again, the person behind Stuff You Look blog, and I'm here with the 15th video of the series How to Solve Design Aptitude, Non-Verbal and Ability Questions. And I'm back with the next set of questions. Here are the questions that I am flashing it here for initial reference. So this is the first question where we have to identify the shape of the options which will go here, so that this particular object can be made into two identical parts. So that is the first question. The second question is on something for your information. I have taken most of the questions, most of the reasoning kind of questions, mostly from 2017 UCEED paper, so that we will also cover this kind of questions. So in the second, as part of the second question, I have taken this one, which is like given this particular kind of series and given the object going here as a pentagon, what will be the shape after all these iterations? Okay, so given these rules, so that is the second one, this kind of reasoning. The third one is given the views, top view, side, left and right side view, which of the options is going to fit to this pattern. It's kind of observation, so we'll just revise this. And another question on logical reasoning kind of thing, where given these three patterns, what will be the fourth pattern? We'll see that. And something similar to reasoning, where given this set of images and some specific numbers here, what will be the r, the capital R, small r, c for this particular shape. That is what we need to identify. So let's check that. And another reasoning question, where given this particular series and given some set of rules as mentioned here, what will happen if these particular operations are being carried, right? So what will be the option? That is the question. And I think this is the final one. Yeah, this is the final question, where this is similar to logical reasoning, where given this particular set of sequence or kind of patterns, what will the pattern which will match for this particular given shape? So that's the one. So as you can see, most of the reasoning I have taken, so I want to cover that aspects as well. So let's, as usual, let's move ahead. Okay, so the first question is, identify the option that will bisect the given shape into two identical shapes. So which means, just a minute. Okay, so given this particular shape here, so we have to choose one of the option here, and we have to fix it somewhere so that we can make it, we can bisect in the sense we can make this single object into two equal shaped parts. So that's the question. So if you can, what I would do if I were answering this question is, I would first check for similar patterns which are happening, I mean which are looking from out of this, right? Like if I observe this thing, this particular what you call the projection or the square here, right? So we see here, but this particular side which I am drawing it here in red is kind of giving me clue that these two are getting matched, right? So as you can see, this particular side is something which is same as this, and in fact if I also assume this shape, okay, so this is actually matching with this, so more or less they are same. So if you check these two, so probably we have to match these two. So for that, what we need to do, let us see. So we have this particular what you call the projection, I would say the projection is here, so we need to have another projection here or square box here. So but we don't have here the complete, I mean the bounded thing, so maybe we need to have a line here something like this, which will be a minimum of this much length, right? So let us say I will draw this much length line. Okay, now let us say I end here, and if I complete this thing like this, so the shape of this is actually, let me highlight that. Okay, the shape of this part is going to be like this, while the shape of this part is going to be whole of this, right? Whole of this, right? If you see here, we have a sharp edge here, but if you see in this particular image, what is happening? We don't have something like this, right? So we have a turn here and also here, so which is actually not matching. These two shapes are not matching, though these two sides are matching, right? So we have to do something else. So I will go back, right? Yeah, I'll go back and I will try to draw a line. So let's see, we are sure that we need to have a line here. So if I extend it further, okay, and let us say I keep it here, and let me close this here. Okay, so which means I have a box kind of projection here also. So if I check this with this also, so what is happening here also, if you see this particular shape, let me take that and let me turn it to 30 degrees. Yeah, so you check, if you check this one, the drawn one, orange, with this particular shape, right? So we are having this projection as well in this, right? And all the other parts are actually matching, correct? So I hope you are able to visualize this. So the required thing is actually that line, the straight line with one angle to that, which is nothing but so this and this, so this, right? So which is obvious, so something like this. Okay, so if we check in the option, so straight away this is not fitting, this is not fitting. Okay, this and this are looking to be fitted, but thing is this length looks smaller to me than compared to this bigger length. So I think this is not the right answer. Probably this is the right answer, right? So I hope we got this. This is very clear and easy. So main thing how I went is I just checked with the sides which are matching. Okay, so the sides which are matching, and based on that I went with the hypothesis of which how many lines to come, how many turns to have, like that, right? So this is kind of easy, right? So let's move it. Let's take the next question. This kind of looking difficult, but not that difficult though. So the question here is, a polygon shape moves through a series of numbered tiles as shown in the figure. Okay, this is a figure. The shape transforms itself at every tile according to rules given below. Okay, these are the set of rules given. There can be one or more transformations on any given tile, which means if I move from here to here, there can be number of transformation as per the given condition here. That is what they are saying. Choose the resultant polygon from the options below. Okay, so the point here is like the polygon is actually starting from here, which is a pentagon, 5 sides, right? So with given these numbers, given these arrows, which means the direction of this movement, okay, which means the polygon shall move like this and will come here, the output of which what is that fits there, that's what, right? And given these conditions, how many, I think six conditions, what will be the resultant output? So that's what we need to identify. So first thing first, if you check the options, all the options are looking having same color, right? Orange. So I think we don't have to worry about color here. That's what I understood, though it is starting with red. So let me zoom in and read the options. The rules they have given. At even numbers, one side gets added to the shape, okay. At odd numbers, two sides get removed, okay. If the number is divisible by 2, one side gets added to the shape, okay. If the number is divisible by 3, one side is removed from the shape, fine. On reaching the first prime number, the color, okay, this color, the color of the shape changes to yellow, fine. On reaching a second prime number, okay, the color of the shape changes to orange, okay. So yeah, so like I mentioned, we don't have to worry about colors, but still as a check, let me complete it very fast. Like let me take the last two rules which is speaking about color, which are speaking about colors. On reaching the first prime number, let us see. So 4 is not a prime. So prime numbers, as you know, is 2, 3, 5. Starts with 2. It doesn't start with 1. You should note this. 2, 3, 5, 7, something like that. Okay. The first one is 2. So the polygon will move and come here. The first prime here. So according to the rule 5, what they are saying, the color of the shape changes to yellow. So from here, whatever the shape here is going to be yellow. So as it continues to move, because the next rule given is on reaching a second prime number, the color of the shape changes to orange. So let us see where it is happening. So it is moving and coming here to this 2. So where the yellow colored polygon is going to change the color to orange, fine. So anyway, in the options it is all yellow, orange. So what I wanted to say is just ignore about the color, which means just okay, just forget about these two rules. Every time, because it will consume time. So as many rules if you are avoiding in the beginning itself, it will be very helpful to save time, okay. So what I will do, I will just redraw it. In the exam you can't do that, actually you don't have to do that, but here for explanation I will do something like this. So the sixth one, okay, I will separate it so that I want to write something below that. So let me take more space here. So I just want to explain things. Okay, 2. We have 7 here. We have 2 here. We have 5 here, and we have 4 here. We have 9 here, 8, right? So 498, 498, 725, 612. Okay. So I am starting from here. Okay. So let's go that way. So we have to take this like this, steps, baby steps. Okay, all right. Okay. So the first number is 4. We are starting with pentagon which has sides. So let us not draw all this. Let us just put say 5, or number 5, right? Which means the number of sides of this polygon, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides, right? So let me put as 5 as a start. So number is 4. The first rule is at even numbers. I hope this is the rules are visible. It's not small here. Okay. At even numbers, one side gets added to the shape. Okay. So 4 is even. Right? 4 is going to be even, which is very basic. So 5. I have to add one side, which is going to be +1, right? So let me check the second, which is the odd number, which is not correct. So we don't have to use this rule. The number is divisible by 2, which is correct because 4 is divisible. 4 by 2 is 2, which is divisible. One side gets added to the shape, which means I have to add another side here. Got it, right? 4, which is divisible by 2. 4 by 2 is going to be 2. So we have to apply this rule 1 and 3. 2 is not applicable because it is talking about odd number. 4 is even number, so we are ignoring it. So we have added another side. And the fourth rule is if the number is divisible by 3, which is not applicable now because 4 by 3 is not going to happen. It's not going to be a divisibility, right? So I have to skip that rule. So only 2 rules we have applied. Okay, I just want to, so +5 +1 +1, right? So the after first step, it is going to have 7 number of surfaces, I mean sides, right? Which is clear. I hope this is clear. So now with 7 number of sides, I am moving to next one, which is 9. So 9 is not an even number, so no first this is not applicable, right? And 9 is an odd number. 9 is an odd number, yes, this is applicable. So initially I started with 7 sides, so I have to take 7. Let us see what the rule is. At odd numbers, 2 sides get removed. Okay, so which means I have to minus 2, remove two sides. Then cool. I have to remove this color. Okay, so minus 2. And what else? The third rule is if the number is divisible by 2, no, 9 is not going to be divisible by 2, right? So I don't have to take that rule. Next rule is if the number is divisible by 3, yes, 9 by 3 is going to be divisible. So what it says is one side is removed from the shape. So again I have to remove one side, which is going to be minus 1, right? So overall, if you see what is the score, 7 minus 2 minus 1, which is going to be 4. Cool. So let's move to the next one. What they're saying. So the number is 8. I am starting with number 4. I mean the 4 sides. 8 is a little bit. Yeah, 8 is a even number, which is correct. So what will happen is I think I know good. Okay. So what will happen is one side gets added, so 4 plus 1, right? And it's not an odd number, so this is not applicable. Its number is divisible by 2. 8 by 2 is possible, yes. One side gets added, so I have to add another side plus 1. Okay, it's not divisible by 3, so I cannot use this one. So I think that's it. So remember, I am not taking these two at all. I'm not considering these two at all. I don't want to waste time on that, right? So 4 plus 1 plus 1, it is going to be 6. Okay, so now 6-sided polygons move to 5, which is an odd number. So first is not applicable. Second is saying if for odd numbers 2 sides gets removed, right? So let us do that. I will just erase this. I want space here. Okay, yeah, red, orange. So I'm starting with 6 sides, so I have to remove how many 2 sides get removed, so minus 2 I have to do, fine. And third rule is not applicable because it is divisible by 2, which is not applicable. Fourth is applicable. No, fourth is not applicable because the number which is 5 5 is not divisible by 3, even though it is odd, right? So this even fourth rule is not going to be applicable here, right? So this is not applicable here. So only one rule we have applied, which is this 2. Got it? So 6 minus 2 is going to be 4. Okay, now I am moving with 4 sides. The number is 2. Okay, so number is 2, which is a even number. So let me take this color. So because this is even, so for the number of sides, which is 4 here, from here I have to gets added to the one side, so I have to add one number, one side to be precise. And this is not applicable. The number is divisible by 2, which is correct. 2 by 2 is possible, so one side gets added, so I have to add one more side. Okay, which completes this rule. Third rule. Fourth rule is not applicable because it's for divisibility by 3. So only this 4 plus 1 plus 1, which is going to be 6, right? So we move to the next one, which is 7. Quickly, 7. If you see, simple. 7 is odd number, so no first rule. Second rule, yes, because it's odd number. So 6 minus 2 according to them, because we have to remove two sides, yes. And the third rule is if the number is divisible by 2, no, because 7 is not divisible by 2, ignore it. If the number is divisible by 3, no, because 7 is not divisible by 3, so only 6 minus 2, which is going to be 5. Sorry, 4. Got it? So now I am starting with 4. So the number is 6. I will remove this. Okay. So during exam you can just quickly do this, but for explanation I am just writing like this. So 4, I am starting with 4 sides, and the number 6, which is an even number. So I should apply the first rule, which is 4 plus one side. Second rule is not going to be applicable, right? Because it is odd number. And the third rule is the number is divisible by 2. Yes, it is divisible by 2. 6 by 2 is 3. One side gets added, so I have to add one more side. And the fourth rule, if you see the number is divisible by 3, yes, because 6 by 3 is possible. 6 by 3 is going to be 2. So I have to consider that also, which says one side is removed. So I have to minus 1, right? I hope you got this. So 4 plus 1 minus 1, which is going to be 4 plus 1, which is 5. Okay, let me take different color here. 5. Okay, so I am starting with 5. So the number is 1. I am starting with 5 sides. This is odd number, so first rule is not applicable. Second rule says at odd numbers 2 sides gets removed. So 5 minus 2, done. And the third rule says if the number is divisible by 2, 1 is not divisible by 2, wrong. This rule is not applicable. And likewise, if the number is divisible by 3, which is also wrong because 1 is not divisible by 3. So let's ignore it. Only one deduction we did. 5 minus 2, which is going to be 3. Done. So let's move to the next one, which is 2, which is an odd number. Sorry, even number, which says we start with 3 sides. So I will write 3 here. Okay, and 2 even number, one side gets added, I have to add 1. Done. And second rule says odd number, which is not applicable. Third rule says if the number is divisible by 2, which is correct. 2 by 2 is possible, so I should add one side. Yes, I am adding one side. Done. And the fourth rule is not applicable, which is divisible by 3. 2 by 3 is not possible, right? So only these 2 are applicable. So 3 plus 1 plus 1, which is going to be 5 sides, which is nothing but a pentagon, which is coming out, right? So actually, ideally, if you see the options, 5-sided one is this, and this is going to be the answer, right? I hope you got this. This is very clear. We just have to follow the rules and the steps very carefully. That's it. And while doing the exam, if you have rough paper, you don't have to draw this. Just write 4, right? So 5 plus 1 plus 1, 7. So then no, I am writing for this 9. So I will just write 7 minus 2 minus 1, 4. So like this I will write instead of doing all this, or straight away I will mentally calculate 4. Doing mental calculation is like it's a kind of risk, I would say, because sometimes we miss some signs or something like that, or sometimes if you feel some if we got doubt here, if you want to go back, we might not have noted all these things, right? So it's better we note this, we mention this, so that we can re-verify in case we have any doubt, right? So I think this is how I would go. Okay, that's it for this question. Let's move to the next question. I hope this particular question was interesting. Yeah, this is kind of easy, but still let us see how we can go with this. 3 sides, each with circles and connecting lines. Okay, show 3 faces of a 3-dimensional cube. Okay, an example of such a cube is shown on the right. This is right. So yes, I can see a cube. This is going to the top, right? And this side is going to be, say, right. If this is right and this is going to be left, right? So okay, so this is just an example. We don't have to, this has nothing to do with that, with our question. Choose the correct option that corresponds to a cube with the 3 sides shown below. Okay, so let me zoom in a bit. So top side they have given, left side, right side they have given. So I will take one side first. Let's say top side, which is first, right? So I will check in the options if this particular option is matching with all of this, so that I can eliminate any possible options. So I will go that way. So the top view is going to be this much here, this much, right? I hope it is clear, it is obvious to you as well, because how I am identifying that is because of this Y shape. If you see this Y, right, which is going to the corner, this is the corner which represents kind of this corner, right? So that's why that is going to be the side where the side will lie, and if you join the remaining, you will get the top surface. So this is going to be top surface for all. So let us check in the first top view, which is this one. If if we can ignore, I mean, we can eliminate any option. That's what I'm trying to do now. So in the top, if you see, let me, yeah, because this is empty. Let us say circle, filled circle, something like that. Filled circle is visible here, which is nothing but this thing, right? So let me start with that. So I will do one thing. What I will do for this question is, so let me take only this portion and check, which is filled circle, empty circle, filled, and this particular shape, right? So let me memorize that like this, right? So I'm just drawing it for reference, but I will memorize that and go back to the options and check. Filled circle, filled connected, and empty, which sounds reasonable. Yes. Filled, empty, filled, which is same. Filled, empty, filled. Yes. So I would say yes. This is also correct. Okay. Filled, empty, filled, which is also correct. Okay. Filled, empty, filled, right? So no use. So I think no use. Yes. There's anything to be wrote? Let me check if all the options are same. Okay. Right, this is right, this is right. Okay, so I think top for all the given options, top sides are matching. Okay, let me remove this also. So the top sides is actually matching for all of them. Okay, so we are unlucky here, I would say. So let's move to the one, let's say so this is right. So let me take right, for instance, and see if I can match. So the thing is, right side, if you see the top side, you have to correlate between right and top, because see, for example, if you are taking this, so this is going to be right. So the right side surface, which let me draw it, this particular surface, which is a grain, is going to this particular corner or edge, sorry, not corner, edge, is going to be common for this as well as this top side view as well as right side view, right? This particular edge I am drawing. Let me draw a different color in orange, right? So which means remove this. So here two surface, I mean the two sides should match. That's what I mean. Here if you see empty, black, empty, which is nothing but this one, empty, black, empty. So this side is actually represented by this side. In right side you have to check if you are seeing the same thing, empty, black, empty, right? So in right side view, actually what is happening, I'm drawing this. So that surface is actually the top one, right? The top one, if I am viewing from here, the common surface, right? So let me go back. So this particular shape should be matching with this particular shape, which is empty, black, empty, and no space, which is same, right? So in the options, let us go and check if this is matching. Or let me do one thing. Let me take this whole thing. Fine. So this particular pattern, empty, black, empty, empty black empty black. So let me memorize that or keep it here as reference and check here in the option. I want to erase this red line also, so let me see. Okay, cool. So I have taken this particular, okay, even this much is sufficient, I guess. Let's take this. Okay, so I'm checking here. So this is the common side, which is the top of here, right? Which is clear, I guess. So yeah, empty black empty, which is empty black empty, correct. And we have a line here, empty black empty with this shape, empty black. If you see here, we have a black here, which should be empty. Clear? So I think this option is not correct, so let us eliminate it quickly. I hope you understood what I am trying to do. So with just one side check, I have eliminated one option. So let's do the same with the next options also. You know, empty black empty, empty black empty, which is correct, empty, which is correct, black, which is correct, empty, which is correct, and we have black in this side, which is black here, which is also correct. So B is fitting, so let me remove that. Let us check with C, empty black empty, empty black empty, which is correct. No, empty black empty black, empty black empty black, which is also correct. So C is also fitting. So let me move to the next option, which is D. Let me check there. Empty black empty, which is correct. Up to here I have come. Now I have empty black here, so I have empty black here, which is correct. But if you see this line connection between this black and the empty one, here it is missing, right? I will zoom in a bit. So I hope this is clear. So let me remove this. Okay, so actually I should have a connection here but not here, according to you. So actually this option is not correct, right? So let me remove that. I hope you understood what I am trying to do. So this is how I will try to move, like I will take particular part of a side and then check within the options if they are matching, so that otherwise if I consider the whole thing, it is going to confuse me, at least to me. If you are very intelligent, you may not get confused, but I am not that intelligent, so that's how. Okay, so this is done. So we have eliminated two options. So let us take this one. Let's see if if will be some lucky or not. So we have two blacks here, two whites here, right? So I have two blacks here, two whites. I mean one white here, one white here, which is correct. Two blacks, white, white, which is correct. So both are matching. So no luck again. And let's see. Yeah, I think here if you see, we have this line connecting to black, right? So you come back here, you have this line connecting to black, which is correct. But if you see here, you don't have this line, right? So let me zoom in here a little. Sorry. So this particular line which I have shown, right, is missing here. So actually this option is also not correct. So so we have eliminated three options, so this is going to be the answer, right? So I hope this is clear how I have moved, like taking part of a pattern and moving, so that at least I will not get confused of checking. Otherwise if I take the whole pattern one at a time, it's definitely going to confuse to a person like me. Okay, cool. Let's move to the next one. Right, yeah, another reasoning kind of question. It looks kind of complicated, but let's see if we can solve it in an easier way. Which of the options given below will correctly complete the series? Okay, so what they have given is numbers 1, 2 and 3, 4. So it is moving like this. Okay, and what is happening here? Let me zoom out. Okay, do one thing. I will just zoom this particular part. Okay, I don't need the question. little more. Okay, I think this is fine. Yeah. So yes. So what I have to do, I have to find the pattern here. So what is happening? Let's try to analyze. To move from this to this because numbers being given. Okay. All right. I can see one particular pattern. Which is if you see this green, I mean the green highlighted one, which is a circle, empty circle, which is also visible here, which is also visible here. So I believe in all the options there should be one, I mean in all the patterns there should be one empty circle, and if you see here it is to the right this much distance, and which is mirrored here to the same distance, right? So likewise if I follow the same principle, so the distance here, if I match it here, so I should have a circle here. Okay. So likewise black is also, I feel black is also doing the same thing here, which is this distance is being mirrored along this particular axis, right? So likewise this which is on the top should come, let me remove this stuff. Okay, so green is here, mirrored, and I mean the green means blank circle. The filled circle is going to be here. Okay, somewhere here. So let's go in the option see if we are lucky. This is actually filled, right? So let me do a name. It's filled, right? So let me put that way. Okay, so the fill should be on the top right fill, yes, and the bottom should be unfilled circle here. So three options are correct, so this option is not fitting. Okay, so I think I have to eliminate this option because here I should take different color. Okay, because here it should be a black circle, which is something like this. Okay, so I have eliminated this straight away. Okay, let's check the other. So we are left with the two other patterns in each, which is this like this. I'm sorry, this one. So let's try what is happening. Let's analyze what is happening with them. If you check this one, which is not a filled one, in the next one it is this shape. Okay, and this is 4. This is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 to 7. Okay, from here to here it is going to be 3. And in the options, if I see, I have this. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to analyze. I think this is not going to work. What I'm trying to do. So what I understood is we have to do some other way. Let's see. Okay. Instead of this as reference, let me take this as reference. Okay. Let me ignore these numbers for now and see if we can do something. Yeah, if you see the filled one, right? The filled one is here is not having kind of star, but it is actually transforming to this. Let us say that way. Let us assume that way. And the unfilled one, which has stars here, right, is going to convert to not this actually. Sorry, this one, flat face. So yeah, so let us go that way. So the sharp edges are going to convert into flat. In the same way, the flats are going to convert into sharp edges. And let's see if we can do further. Let's say the sharp edges here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 edges. Okay, so 4, let me count that way. And here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, what? 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Yeah, 9. Okay, cool. I have to take whatever it is coming. So 9 flat surfaces, 9 faces we have. Likewise here 4 what spheres are, whatever you call spheres you have. So if I come back here, the 4 is actually getting converted to 3. Let me say that way. Okay. Let us see if this logic is working. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 spheres. So 9 is getting converted to 10. Okay, so does that make any logic? Here 1 is getting reduced and here 1 is getting added. So which mean yes, I think something is striking me, which is 4 plus 9. If you see this number on this is actually 13 sides, right? Which is, if you check here, 10 plus 3, this 10 and 3 is also going to be 13. So I can correlate two patterns. So I think this should work. This should fit. If one is not working, I should have eliminated this, but yes, because this is working, and also the logic of one side getting reduced here and one side getting added here is working. Let us go that way. So the black here, let us say it will come to the bottom is on bottom only, so it should come to bottom or top. Anyway, it is okay, fine. But let us see. We have here, if you see, let me take black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides, right? So the black, which is here star, I mean the spear kind of thing, should actually turn to flat side. Okay, so we have 6 sides here. So here flat side 6, 5, right? So one should get added or reduced, which means no, here if you see the spheres is getting reduced, so 6 should reduce to 1, which is 5, right? So let me draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 5 sides. This is nothing but pentagon, right? So let me highlight it in black. Hopefully this should work. Okay, cool. So the spheres which is reducing from 4 to 3, I have done that. Let us go that way. And likewise the flat one, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here, right? So which means 6 plus 7 is again 13, which is fitting our hypothesis which I have drawn here, right? 13. So here also I should have 13. Already have written 5, so I should have plus 8 here, which is again logically correct, because 7 is going to increase to 7 plus 1, 8. So here it is flat, so now I should have these spikes, right? So 8 spikes I should see of empty one, something like this. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or something like that. Okay, so let's go to the options. So I need to have star empty with 8 sides, right? 8 spikes, I would say. And the other one is filled, let me take this, filled pentagon, 5 sides, right? Flat 5 sides. Okay, so let me come back to options. If you see, there is no pentagon here, eliminate. There is no pentagon, eliminate. We have a pentagon here and it is black, it is on the top. It's okay, whether it is top or bottom, let us ignore. But we have pentagon here and it is in the top, which is correct. We have a spiked star here, and let us count the number of spikes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is perfectly correct, which is what we require, 7 plus 1, right? So we have both the requirements met. and again if you see 5 plus 8 is going to be 30, right? So I think this is the option we are looking for. Got it? Let's move to the next question. I hope this was convincing. I don't know if there is any other logic, but I'm just following. I'm still not understanding why they have given this 1 2 3 4, probably to confuse maybe, but yeah, according to the given pattern I have to go the other way. Alright, I think we have two questions, 2 or 3. I will take two. Alright, the question says, given below are images drawn with the same set of equations but with different parameters. The parameters, okay. The parameters used to generate a figure are given below. Used to generate the figure, okay. I have to note this one. Below the figure, identify the correct set of parameters which would generate the figure shown on the right. This one, right? Okay, let's try to identify what is happening. Okay, R, small r, C. Okay, 10 to 10 to 1. 1643, 10842, and this X shape, nothing. What is happening and what is this thing doing here? The differentiator I could see is some figures have some set of sides, right? For example, this have 1 2 3 4 5 sides. This also has 1 2 3 4 5 sides. This has 4 sides, and this has several number of sides. We have to count, and shapes they are changing. What could be the possibility here? We have to correlate. For example, I have to correlate these two, 10 to 2, right? So 10 to 2. C is 2, C is 1 here, 10 to here also 10 to. Okay, I think I got something. Let me try. So if you see these two similar patterns, 10 to 10 to, which is same, right? R 10 is term, but the shapes here are different. But what is similarity here? If I see 1 2 3 4 5 sides and 1 2 3 4 5 sides, right? So the similarity here, which is the number of sides, is actually matching with these two figure parameters R. So if I derive some relation between these two and this side, maybe we should be good enough, right? So let's say because 5 sides 10 2, so make me sense that R by R, which means if I divide 10 by 2, it's going to be 5, which is also happening here, 10 by 2, right? So which means 5 sides. So let us go that way. So I will take this equation R by R. Let us check here. R by R, which is 16 by 4, is going to be 4. I should have 4 sides, 1 2 3 4, which is perfectly correct, right? So let's check in the third one, which is fourth one, which is 108 by 4, which is going to be 54 27, right? 27, yeah. If I check that 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 28 24 25 26 27. Perfect, right? So 21 sides I'm getting. So likewise, so here if it is a kind of bowl, let me check in the options. R is all 24. Okay, so which is higher number. So I think if I take this as 3 sides, 1 2 and 3. Okay, so if I take R as 24, so by what number if you divide will give me 3 sides, right? So which means 3 8s are 24, right? So which means if I take R as 8, which is the first option, so 24 by 8 is going to give me 3. Okay, so let me check the other options. 24 by 6, 6 4 24, which is coming 4, which is not correct. 24 by 12 is going to be 2, which is also not correct. 24 by 3 is going to be 8, which is not correct, right? So I think because we have taken this like this and only one option is fitting, probably this should match. But what is C doing here? Let us try to analyze. Although it is not required, we have already arrived at the answer, but let us see the logic what is happening here. C is 2 here, C is 1 here, 3 here, 2 here. These two are similar, but what is the similarity between these two? This star and this one, what is the similarity? I can't see any such similarity, right? I think probably you will also not be able to see any similarity here with 1 3. No, I'm not sure what is this, but I think this is not making sense to me. Or there could be any parameter or something like the radius or something. But given only these two parameters are sufficient for us to derive an answer, right? So I hope I will go this way if I'm giving the exam. Okay. So yeah, let's move to the next question. Yes. It's going to be a big question. Let me end here. Okay, the question is given below is a sequence of shapes arranged from left to right, which is this one, left to right. Okay, there are 8 rules which when applied to the sequence will transform it to one of the 4 options shown below. Identify these options. Okay, identify the correct option. Okay, right. So I think these are the rules. So given two numbers, and we have to do this thing transformation, and what will be the result? That is what we want to find out. So this transformation applied on this using these formulas will result in one of the options. That is what we need to identify. So I think the question is clear. So let's let me do one thing. Instead of for explanation, instead of drawing all this in shapes, which is kind of chaotic or unintelligent, I would say, let me actually give numbers or alphabets. Let's say alphabets is going to be G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. All right. So instead of drawing all this, I will use these numbers and to apply the rules. Okay, so because the rules are something like switch the fifth and second shape, which means we have to switch between 2 numbers, swap things or something like that, reverse the whole sequence. So if you keep drawing this, it's going to be painful, time taking, and also illogical, I would say. So let me take this, let me put this aside because I need space here. Let us come back to that later. So let me zoom again and draw the sequence. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Right. So I need this question. I mean that what you call this operation that we are going to do. So let me put it somewhere close to where I am working. This is for my working. Okay, so fine. I think this is sufficient, right? Cool. So this is a given one, the first one, the given one. So we have to do this thing first. Cross into, so which according to the rules here, let us see if it is all. Yes, I can see it. Cross rule. Switch the third and sixth shapes, right? So the third is going to be this, and I need to sixth or fifth. What is that? Sixth. 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Okay. So I have to switch in the swap, right? So I have to reverse the this particular order. So let me do that. A is going to be same. B instead of C, F is going to come here. D, E instead of F, C is going to come there. And G H, right? H is there on the right. Yes, H is there. Let me write here. So yes, okay. So this is what I got from first transformation. Cool. So yeah, so the second transformation, let's say. So we are done with this. Let me erase it. Next, plus, by plus I mean we have to continue the transformation. That's what I would understand. So this particular two signatures, which is not this, yes, this one. Okay, change shapes with a cross inside a square with shapes with a cross inside a circle. Change shapes with a cross inside a square with shapes with a cross inside a circle. Okay, so which mean cross inside a square is going to be this, and the cross inside a circle is going to be this, right? So which is B and C. So I have to change this to BC positions, right? So that's it. I hope you got this. So A, instead of B, I should write C here. Okay. F, D, E. Instead of C, I should swap the position to B, G, H. Got it? I hope I have done the right thing. Let me check it again. Change shapes with a cross inside a square. Okay, which is this one. Cross inside a square with shapes with a cross inside a circle. Okay, I think I have done a mistake here. So thing is, I have swapped the position here, but I should not swap it because they have said only the shape which has a cross inside a square should be changed by a cross inside a circle, which means wherever the B is available, we should place it C. That's it. And wherever C is there, it should be there itself, right? So which means the place C here, it will not get swapped to B, it will actually remain as C. Okay, only B will get changed to C. Got it? So yeah, it was my mistake. So let's move to the next one. I'll pull this thing down. I hope this is clear. Till down. Okay, so I need these two particular shapes. Let me memorize it. This and this and this is going to be this, which is this one, right? So what is it saying? Reverse the whole sequence, right? So we are here, which is this one, which is saying reverse the whole sequence. Okay, so let me reverse the whole sequence, which is H, G, C, E, D, F, C, A. Perfect, right? So F, G, C, E, D, F, C, A. Got it, right? So let's move to the next one. Okay, so we are done with this. So we have two dots here. Let's move to the option, which is this. Switch the fifth and second shapes. So the second is going to be this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth is going to be this, right? So I have to switch it, which means I have to swap. I would say H, D, C, E instead of G. G will come G, F, C, A. Right? This is clear, right? Okay, so let's move to the next one. And we have this shape, which is this and this. Let me memorize it, which is this. Replace all square shapes with their preceding circular shape, which is all square shapes with their preceding circular shapes, which means if you have preceding succeeding, right? So if you have a square shape and circular shape on the to the left of it, preceding means which is behind it, left of it, whatever this shape is there, you have to just place this circular shape here, right? So let's see which is, I think I should have taken this shapes itself because it is complicating, but it's okay. So squares are, let me underline here, A. So A is square, okay, B is square, B is not there. C is square. No, C is not square. Sorry, C is circle. Let me do one thing. For circle, I will put this purple color. So C is circle. So I will put this line. D is the circle. One second. C is circle, right? So C is circle here. D is circle. I should not actually. I should not be worried about circles actually. So I will ignore it. So A is circle, B is circle, which is not available here, and then we have G here, which is actually not square. Actually, this is I don't think this is a square, right? So I am not sure whether I should take this. Let me ignore it for now. Okay. So G I have not taken. So only this one A is there, and preceding one is C. So which means I have to keep all the things same, except that A, in place of A I will take C, which is preceding it, right? Which is clear, right? So cool. So let's move. Let me pull this thing down. Okay, so we are done with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. The sixth step is, and this one we have left with 2 steps. So let me take this step, sixth, which is this and this. Let me memorize it. Yeah, which is this. What they are saying, switch to the 4th and 7th steps, which is kind of easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so let me switch it and write down. Let me use this color. H, D, C instead of F, I should write C. G, F instead of C, I should write E and C. Done. Just straightforward, right? So and the final one is, this one, which is circle dot cross, which is this. Okay, if two identical shapes occur consequently, switch the first occurrence of the shape with the first shape in the whole sequence. Okay, so I should see if two identical shapes are occurring, which is actually yes, these two. CC is occurring, right? Switch the first occurrence, which is the first is this, of the shape with the first shape itself in the whole series. The whole sequence first shape is H. So which means in place of C, I should place this H. So which means, let me write it down. H is going to be same D. Instead of C, I should write H, C, G, F, E, C. That's it, right? So I hope this is clear. So I will take this. I will copy this. Okay, somewhere I will copy this. Okay, so here in the options I need to check which one is fitting what. So the first one is, my first is H, which is this shape. Okay, so which means this. So in the options A, B are fitting, so C and D are not correct, so eliminate it. So here if you see, second is also same, third is also same, fourth, let me check the fourth one instead of wasting time. So second is same, third is same, fourth is going to be C, which is this cross circle. So which is this cross circle, right? So ideally this should be, I don't know, one second. Why H is not matching here? It should be this. One second. I think I missed some series or what. Okay, let me go back to the last one. If two identical shapes occur consequently, switch the first occurrence of the shape with the first shape in the whole. Achha, I have to switch it, right? So which means, here what I did is, in place of C I have put H actually, and in place of H I haven't put C because I have to switch it. I actually did the mistake of not taking that seriously. So let me correct it. So C here, H has come taken place. In place of H, C should come, which means C is here instead actually, right? So I hope this is clear what the mistake I did. So the first is actually H, not H. It's actually C. So let me erase and put C here. So C is nothing but cross and dot. This one, which is straight away this one, fourth one D, right? Because cross and dot. So let us check. C in the fourth place is again this cross and dot, which is here, which is again correct. The last one is also this. Last one is also this. I think this is correct. I think we are good to go with this. So I hope this is clear. So I have taken alphabets in place of this tedious, what you call the shapes, and I have done all this transformation, which took some time for me because I'm explaining. But as you can see, I have got confused twice or thrice here because of this terminology switch and all things. So this is a good exercise. We should understand. We should be more clear and more conscious of the terminologies and how we are going step by step, right? So yes, this was good for us. I hope this is clear, and I will take the next questions in the next set of videos. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Bye bye.